Hi, Jackie Van Ruler here. In today's video, I'm going to show you the exact thing that you can do to never have a head cold again. I used to get a head cold at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. And it would last like a couple of weeks where you get that head pressure, the pounding in your head, the snottiness, the nose peeling and all that nasty stuff that you get with a head cold. And then you take the medications and you feel more fuzzy and stuffy and all this other stuff, and it's just horrible. Right then after a couple days you start coughing gunk up and it's just nastiness. So I'm going to show you what you can do at the very first signs of getting a head cold. And if you start this after you already have one and the cold has set in already, this will reduce the symptoms and the severity of them, as well as how long they last. So in this video, I'll be using these Salon Pause pain relieving patches. These contain camphor, menthol, and some salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is basically aspirin. If you're allergic to any of these ingredients, please don't use them. They come in a package like this. It looks like each one is about 20 to a package, and you get about 3 of these in a package. And you're going to take this, use your scissors to cut them up into little tiny squares. So a little bit of this is going to go a long way. Now, you do not have to use these to get the results. These just help the results to last a little bit longer, and so you can do the formula a little bit less frequently. So I'm just cutting these up into little pieces. And you're going to want them about that size, maybe about the size of, you can see on my fingernail, it's less than the size of my fingernail. So pretty small, little tiny squares. So what we're going to do is we're going to start halfway between your inner brow and your hairline. Right here is a good point for working the eyes. So a lot of times we have a lot of pressure in our eyes might be watering when we have a little headache. So doing circles on that on both sides. And then any of the areas that feels lumpy or bumpy, or that you have some resistance to movement, those are the areas that you want to put the little patches. So I felt a little bit of resistance to movement on my right side, so I'll put a patch there. Didn't feel it at all on my left side, so I'm just not going to worry about it. Next point that we're going to do is kind of right on that inner brow and kind of underneath of it, right in here. This is a great point for the sinuses. So working in here. And on this one, I didn't feel it on the right, but I am feeling it on the left side a little bit. Just feel a little twingy. Doesn't hurt, but I can just feel it there, whereas I didn't feel it on the other side. Again, I'm going to cut some of those squares. I'm just going to cut a bunch of them at once just so I have them ready for myself. Now, I am not coming down with a cold, so I'm not expecting that I'm going to feel a lot of these spots. But if you are, or if you already have a cold, you're probably going to feel several of them. Okay. Next place that I want to work is coming down just a little bit below where my eye level is on the nose, and this is going to be for the diaphragm. Diaphragm is really important for deep, easy breathing. And it doesn't feel super stuck to me on here, but I'm going to put one on there anyway just because I love that spot and I want to have some nice clear breathing. Again, you do not have to use these stickers at all. If you don't use them, I would just do this protocol a little more frequently. You can do it up to four times a day, and I would say if you are sick, even a little bit more often than that. It's not going to hurt. Now I'm going to come on the side of the bridge of the nose, working both sides. I'm not feeling much here, but if you do have a cold, I guarantee that this is going to be a little lumpy, bumpy, or tender. And then the next place that you're going to work is right on the front side of the nasal bones. So this is an area that opens up your nasal passageways. If you have a cold, your nasal passageways are probably very clogged, very filled with pressure. You're probably having to breathe out of your mouth. So this will help to open those nasal passageways and stop some of those nasal secretions. Do the same thing on the other side. It's interesting, as I'm doing this point, I'm actually feeling myself breathing a little easier, even though I didn't feel like I had any issues with breathing before I got started. The other point that matches with these points, which means that they work better together, is the point where the top of the ear meets the face. So I like to come from here, going under the cheekbones, coming around a couple of times. This is bringing energy all the way to the bottom of the lungs. and then work that area there where the top of the ear meets the face. This is another point that's also really good for the eyes. So if you're having some pressure in your eyes, another great place to work. Just cutting up a few more squares while I'm teaching you this, just so I have those ready. I have some kind of dull scissors here, unfortunately. And I'm going to put a sticker there, just because if I put it on this point here, I also want to put it there. And then working on the other side, so coming under the cheekbones, back and forth, a couple of times. That's just opening up those lungs. And then doing some circles there where the top of the ear meets the face. Okay. Then I want to work directly underneath the nasal passageways, right under here under the nostrils. This is a point that heats up the body, and I also love just putting the menthol camphor patches there because you're breathing in that menthol, and it really helps to heat up your body so that your immune system is working a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit on the left, not so much on the right, so I'm just going to put a sticker there on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to get the natural antibiotic point, which is halfway between the nose and the mouth, here on the smile lines. I'm not feeling much going on here on the right side of my face. I'm going to feel the left side. If you are sick, you are definitely going to feel these points. I'm feeling it actually pretty good here on the left-hand side, even though I'm not feeling sick in the slightest. But it just might mean that my large intestine or my joints, those are some other things at that point does, are just needing a little extra love and attention. So now what you want to do is finish up by working around the ears. So down the front side, up and around the back side. The ears represent the kidneys, and the kidneys control your autonomic nervous system. So anything that's out of balance in your body is going to be a mismatch of your autonomic nervous system. You're either too parasympathetic or too sympathetic. So the ears help to balance that out. This also helps to set that formula in and help it to work longer. You probably will have that sticker there if you're doing that, so just work around the sticker, or you might pull it off like I'm trying to do here on this side. You can also just work that front side up and down, whichever works better. And then you just want to finish up by just pulling on the ears. This will help to strengthen your immune system, balance out the autonomic nervous system so that you feel better faster. Now, after putting these stickers on, go take a nap, because every time you get a cold, it's your body telling you that it's time to relax. Your body's exhausted, it's tired, it's trying to detoxify from something. So go take a nap. Don't feel like you can go work 100% just like you normally would. Give yourself a little bit of a break and relax a little bit and let your body heal. Again, you can do this up to 4 times a day with the stickers. If you just want to use the detector a few times, you can even do it more than that, 5 or 6 times. You can do this on your kids. You can do this on other people. So if you know other people that are getting sick, feel free to share this with them as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. I will see you next video.